If President Obama fails, as Rush Limbaugh has been scolded for predicting he will, the failure will not be for lack of wanting or hoping for change. No, the failure took place when 67 million people voted for the unreachable, true political reform at the hands of one charismatic person. Voters perhaps thought that other politicians and the press would share their adoration, share their sheer desire for this to be possible, a cessation of greed and selfishness. The greed has led to, we all know what. The selfishness has led to a confusion of power with personality. The revolution of 2008 was the majority deciding it really wanted something different. The retrolution is that the various gangs of political thugs are clawing as much meat as they can from the bones of our decimated nation, beating the same old drums: safety, security, a better tomorrow. And that last one, a better tomorrow, just standard campaign fare until we begin to believe it, and even worse, bank on it. The butchering of what is metonymically called the economy began with the clustering of so much financial power in the hands of a few hundred that the actions of merely several were enough to trigger this historic slide. They bet on high risks, blinded by greed and selfishness. They gambled with other people's money. They inflated, oh how they inflated the capacity to increase future profits, sufficient to repay the staggering debt that had hidden in the downy mattress of prosperity. They Ponzi'd, they doubled down, they swaggered, they staggered, and now we see their behavior manifest in our own governing representatives, who are exposing themselves and us with precisely the same risks as they scurry to redress. But maybe we have all been complicit in this collapse. We have accepted, often in the name of humane idealism, political arguments that couldn't stand up to sober examination. We also have taken opportunities offered by those who wished us no good. And now we trot out the old saws to defend the bailouts and the rescues, unable to blame companies filled with people who might have a legitimate claim to innocence. Too big to fail is a compelling argument as banks, industries, even states cozy up to the federal trough. And yet one cannot feel too angelic, as a slight variation of the too big to fail adage might explain why the persons responsible for the collapse have not, for the most part, been sent upriver. Perhaps their number is, put simply, too big to jail. I, for one, have already forgiven the president for not being able to fix us, but no one can do that but us. I'm John Modaff, and that's my turn.